Ashley Tellis, one of Washington's most respected voices on US India relations and a senior strategist on Asia policy, is now at the center of a case that's drawn quiet but serious attention in diplomatic circles. While detail remain limited, the situation has raised questions about internal processes and transparency in US foreign policy circles. To put this movement in perspective, China relation expert Major retired Ben Lawson says it's too early to draw conclusions and notes that the case could involve a range of issues and stresses that it is too early to draw conclusion until more information is available.
How should we interpret the arrest of Ashley Tellis? Is this an isolated security lapse, or is it a part of a deeper pattern of Chinese intelligence targeting US policy circles?
At this point, I think it's important to say that in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. I think that's the case in most democratic countries. And so we don't know what Mr. Tellis may or may not have done. As far as spying and intelligence collecting, obviously that happens between countries all over the world all the time. However, when you have an overtly hostile foreign power like China towards the democracies, you're going to see a lot more of it. So it's possible that this is a manifestation of that. It's possible it's something else. A couple of interesting points here. Mr. Tellis apparently had classified documents that he kept at home, which is illegal if that is the case. So nobody should be doing that. And also, apparently, he had contact with Chinese embassy and perhaps other officials. And in many cases, I think that's a normal thing for a scholar of China to do. Mr. Tellis was a scholar of China, somebody I actually very much respected. I'd read his books and been to events with him, so I did respect his opinion very much. And it's possible, going back to the FBI China initiative a few years ago, that it may be that law enforcement is being a little bit overeager in targeting persons of foreign origin. That's a possibility as well. And the last point that I'd make there is that the U.S. District Attorney in this case, her name is Lindsay Halligan. She was just appointed last month by the Trump administration and gained a lot of fame for indicting both Comey and Bolton for what might be sort of unquestionable grounds. And I think normally in our country, you can't say, well, it's a political prosecution. That defense never works in our courts. However, because Mr. Trump and the administration have really been putting their thumb on the dial thumb on the scale here in favor of these prosecutions, it may actually work. So it is possible that Mr. Tellis's arrest and prosecution are part of that dragnet somehow. So we were speaking earlier how he may have fallen afoul of the BJP. Maybe he's also fallen afoul of President Trump. I don't know. But these are all things to look at. He's innocent until proven guilty. And so I think we'll have to wait for the truth to out.
काम करते करते और बचाते थक गए हो? तारा कैपिटल का कहना है कि अभी आप जिंदगी में थोड़ा आराम करो और पैसों को काम करने दो। तारा कैपिटल एक रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टमेंट फर्म है जो बी क्लास और सी क्लास मल्टी फैमिली प्रॉपर्टीज को रिपोजिशन करती है। विजिट taracapital.com to participate in the next big real estate opportunity or call
Gopal Agarwal 281-827-8199।
आपने जिंदगी में बहुत काम किया है, अब आपके पैसों को काम करने दो। Invest in real estate with a highly reputed member of our community.
Gopal Agarwal.
taracapital.com.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but if we look at this aspect of political vendetta during the Trump 2.0, but the fact of the matter is that the surveillance on Ashley Tellis started during Biden's regime. So do you think, that could basically, and it's a process of continuity as far as the national security aspect is concerned. So Biden, for our viewers, he was a Democrat president, Trump is a Republican president, but the process which started during Biden's administration, so it seems to be coming to a logical conclusion during Trump administration. So how do you look at this political vendetta aspect in context of, these facts?
Well, it may be, as you suggest, the investigation having been started already. This is simply a matter of law, and he was found to have been violating the law, and they proceeded accordingly. I think, though, with Lindsay Halligan, there's always the shadow now of a political prosecution. And why did we choose now to indict as opposed to before? So I don't know. It may be all according to the process. It may be that Lindsay Halligan, quite apart from any political sort of leanings she has simply has a slightly different take on when to prosecute and when not to, and is going forth here. I think the thing to watch is who is convicted, if anybody.
So we'll come to the Silicon Valley investigation by the Times also. But just one more thing, because you have served in a sensitive position, like you have served in Beijing, and you know the intricacies of the military kind of strategies, as well as the diplomatic aspects of it. So is it a very normal thing? But the prosecution has filed in the court in case of Ashley Tellis case. So they have said, he was meeting the Chinese people, he was taking Manila envelopes, and then when he used to come out at times, that Manila envelope was not there with him, and sometimes he used to come out with gifts. I just want to, without being value judgmental about it, because it could have been anything. In the Manila envelope, it could have been the hard copies of his articles or anything. So not necessarily confidential material, or maybe confidential material also, so we don't know. But is it, given your experience, is it a normal thing, because he had the security clearance at the highest level? For is it a normal thing for people like him to go meet the Chinese, what you call diplomats, or people from Chinese embassy, which often, we know are basically Chinese spies. So, is it a normal thing, in, if we look at, your part of the world, like in the US context?
Well, I might disappoint you in your answer, but it depends on the situation. So when Mr. Tellis was working for the Bush Jr. administration on the National Security Council, I think it would have been a very normal thing. And as he went forward from there and became a researcher with noted research institutes, I think that would have been a very valuable thing for him to do, is to meet with Chinese officials. Now, the character of those meetings, it might even be normal to exchange his articles, as you say, or something like that. Would not have been normal to exchange classified documents in any sense. That would have been illegal and very troublesome and bad. So I do think it very much depends on the specific circumstances and what exactly was going back and forth.